Hey folks, how you doing? How you doing? Got a little bit of a small spiel here. Nothing too big, nothing too major. Um, Here's the deal, folks. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I've been blasting it all over Facebook. Relax. Calm down, folks. Breathe. Breathe. You do not need 27. You do not need any more than, no, 2, maybe 3 bags for a family of 4 of toilet paper. Seriously. Do you really, seriously, if you sit back and calculate it, if you're careful about it, knowing that I only go through 1/2 roll of toilet paper in a month, if you, please save the hate on this, okay? I need you to understand something here. There are more of us that need supplies than just you, okay? Don't be selfish. Let me explain this. Yeah, you got a shit ton of toilet paper. How's your food supply? And how many actual servings of food do you have right now? I can tell you right now. Let's see here. I got, from what I can see right now, and that is only a small portion of my supply of food, I literally have about a 3-week supply right now that I've accumulated over 2 months. That's, correction. I could, if all the stores shut down right now, I could go over a month on just my food supply that I can see right now. Now, I'm going to show you right quick the size of my food supply. Yeah, that I can easily show you. Okay? Apologize for the bad light. Okay, here's 20 servings of peas. Twenty servings of pinto beans. Another 20 servings of pinto beans. Twenty servings of lentils. Twenty servings of Great Northern beans. Another 20 servings of rice. I've got 20 servings of rice right there. So let's see here. So there's that. Oh, hey, what do you know? I believe this is lentils. Yeah, another 20 servings of lentils. 20 servings of split peas. Hey, what do you know? 20 servings, another thing of 20 servings of rice. Another 20 servings of beans. And that's just in one little spot alone. I'm just going to go ahead and begin to get this organized right quick. So I can keep a tighter, closer monitor on how much I got. Oh, here's some rice. Here's a little thing of cheesy rice meal. Prep Cook just got the rudest awakening of how truly lacking her food supply is. Her cupboard looked full, but it was all cans. Okay? A can of this size is only 3.5 servings. Okay? In the same volume as 2 of these cans, I can have I can have 2 servings of something in place of those 2 cans. If it comes down to it, I'll clean and scrub my tub. And sterilize it. Here's about another 10 servings of beans. Okay, organization is key to being able to keep track of how much you have. I admit, I got a little lackluster lately. Quite frankly, I'll know that crap's truly hit the fan when I can't even get dry goods. Why? Everybody wants the quick convenience of a can. Newsflash. If you're intelligent, you're going to buy dry goods. It's the best advice I ever received from my godfather, a fellow chef. Okay, I've got green split peas. I got yellow split peas. 2 different species of split peas. Okay, from growing up in an RV and dodging cans my whole childhood, I hate cans for mass amounts of storage. They're lackluster. When you all see how I get my semi-truck, how I set up my semi-truck, I can tell you right now, you're going to be stunned. Because there ain't much that's going to be able to, and there's not going to be much to how long I can last. I'll be able to keep on the move and there's going to be a lot of things. You're going to see some things, but not everything that goes into the truck. Because, quite frankly, it's none of your business what exactly is in my truck that I'm going to have. By the time I'm done, you're going to have a lot of stuff to remember. Now, check this out. Okay, check this out. Went to my other spot. Another bag of yellow split peas. Okay, and that same weight as your 6 cans. Well, for 6 ounces of weight more, that is 3/8 of a pound more than your 6 cans. In that same weight and space allotments, I can have 60 servings of something where all I have to do is add water and cook. Okay, I got a big giant supply of spices. There's another bag of lentils. Another bag of lentils. You work long enough with animal feed, you learn how to handle bagged goods. Another bag of beans. Okay, you all thought I was kidding when I said I have a big, giant supply. I went over to Prep Cook's place today, check out her operation, see how truly prepared she was. Okay, so now I know I need to bring this bag over there. Alright, so check this out. I now have it organized. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 20. That's 100 servings of beans. Now I got 1, 2, 3 times 20 is 60 servings of rice. I have 1, 2 times 20 is 40 servings of light split peas. I have 1 times 20 is 20 servings of green peas. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 times 20 is 80 servings of lentils. So if you look at this, I can have beans, rice, peas, and lentils with those 4 main dry ingredients alone, that would be around, if I were to have exactly 1 serving of each of these, if I were to have a serving of beans, a serving of rice, a serving of peas, and a serving of lentils with every meal, like on 3 meals a day, which is quite livable, by the way, and quite frankly, I've been eating 2 meals of roughly the same size. Except on my fasting days, literally in a 24-hour span, only about 3 servings of food in general. Now, I could go at I'm going to calculate based on 2 servings per day. I have a 40-day supply of beans, actually a 50-day supply of beans, a 30-day supply of rice, a 30-day supply of peas, and a 40-day supply of lentils unopened. Now, I admit, these are pretty good for when you want to cook for an army. Or if you just want to cook and don't want to have to cook for a few days. Open this pouch. And voila. Now, other things that I'm getting ready to go out and acquire this month are more bags of ramen noodles. Okay? Ramen noodle soup goes great. Okay? Now, if you want to know what this equates to overall weight-wise, right here on this shelf, and just what I've got bagged alone, not counting the top ramen, see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 30 pounds of food. An overall serving amount of 300 servings in a 15-pound weight allotment. Okay? 300. In your state, and that, well, it would take in cans to do that. In weight alone, 6 cans to a bag for servings. Well, actually, 16 cans to the 3 bags I've got is what it would take. Okay, in weight. Well, and servings. 16 cans to my 3 bags. How prepared are you? What are you doing, people? Get it together. Come on. Quit crapping your britches every time somebody sneezes around you. Live a little. Think a little. Wake up. Now, the last time I went out to work, quite frankly, it's just volunteer. Okay? Now, check this. The last time I went out to work, I got scoffed at for what happened the day before in the videos I uploaded the day before that I took down 10 minutes before I left to go to work. You know what? I at least had the wherewithal to say I'm no longer associating with those drama queens. And you know what? I don't care if they watch my channel. Why? Because I don't. I don't care if they comment. But at the end of the day, they're drama. And the only response they're going to get is only going to support my channel more than it's going to help them out. It's going to be a 2-word response every time. Drama queen. And I'll leave it at that. And that'll be the one and only response they ever get on a comment. They could blow up the replies with 1 billion comments. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I know what they're really like. 9 out of 10 YouTubers are not who they are in person. And you know what? In person versus a video, big difference. I am very close to as real as you can get on YouTube. Out of about... Now, mind you, I've met so many YouTubers over the years in person. And there's only been And there's been so many YouTubers I've been subscribed to. Only a handful of them, I have no problems if they got something sad or dramatic to say for a few minutes. Because I know better. Okay? You want to know who's really the drama queen? I can tell you. Drop that channel name in the comment. I can tell you if the people on that channel are drama queens. If they're real. If they're worth hanging around, or if they're someone you want to avoid. I've met people that they wanted to kill me because of how real I am in person and on camera. I keep it real, folks. I keep the drama at a minimum. In fact, I have a no bullcrap tolerance. Want to know why I've got a no bullcrap tolerance? You don't, this whole shelf. Let me show you how empty the shelf, how little room all this takes right here, okay? Want to know what volume it would take in cans? For each of the 3 bags, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? So knowing the 3 bags equals 16 cans of this exact size here for storage, and those will keep, the bags of dried food will last longer in storage than these will. The way I can explain this, folks, you've been lying to yourself, you're easily manipulated, you're a bunch of cowards, and when you meet a real guy like me, you cower. Why? Because you'd rather be lied to, you'd rather be coddled, you'd rather be told, yeah, everything's going to be okay. You'd rather be told, oh, everything's fine. Then when something like what's going on with the government right now comes around, you're all scared shitless. The funny thing is, most of the people who are against guns are buying up toilet paper and keeping the rest of us from being able to easily wipe our own butts. Now overall, let me show you something. And you know what? Quite frankly, I know, bathrooms, such a ew place overall. But you know what? This is the same roll of toilet paper I've had since January. Tell me again why you need 20 bags of toilet paper every time you go to the goddamn store. Seriously. That one roll I started in January. And you know what? I don't want to hear it. You know why? But you don't know what it's like to have a toddler. Well, you know what? Maybe you need to get better at managing your toddler's habits. Maybe you need to get better at managing your own household than your own damn income. Let me explain this. I'm going to explain this. It's simple. It is super simple. How much do I have invested into my 300 servings of food? To get the, let's say, $1 a can. And it's 16 cans to my 3 bags. I spend an average of $3 a bag. So, spending an average of $3 a bag, 3, 6, 9, you're $16 or more. Knowing most people, they spend more like $2, sometimes even $2.50 on a can of stuff. Well, you know what? Know how easy dried goods are to work with once you learn how to work with them? This right here, this stacking container right here, I've got 3 different species of open bags of beans in. Which reminds me, got a little bit of storage adjusting to do right quick. Well, I yak at ya. Okay? Now, also, funniest thing I've ever read as a response to one of my comments on another YouTube content creator's channel was, I'm going to call in immigration control enforcement on you, Matt Hammerschmidt, followed by me. For what? I'd love to know. What charges do you have against me that might stick? Not only was I born and raised in the United States, my parents were born and raised in the United States. Each of their parents were born in the United States and raised in the United States. Each of their parents came into the United States legally and gave, without already being pregnant. They were already here in the United States. And quite frankly, there's one thing I know. It is my family history. Now, a lot of you are wondering things like, but Matt, why are you saying this stuff? It's like, seriously, folks, get a grip. You're acting like little toddlers over one little, oh my goodness, we're all gonna die, virus, epidemic bullshit. I'm tired of hearing it. People go, oh, I am truly prepared. If I had guns right now, do you know what I'd be buying every time I went to the store? Because it'd be so readily available and it's so cheap right now. Ammunition. That is a far cheaper enforcement to keeping my supply from being robbed. By the way, I've got a storage unit. Guess what? It's got stuff in it. What kind of stuff? Supplies. And furniture. And so on. If it came down to it, I could live in my storage unit and not give a crap less. Because at the end of the day, I can do that kind of stuff. I'm a man. Not only that, unlike you pansies, I don't want to hear this, you don't have the right to make fun of us. Guess what? This right here, probably about 3 bags worth of lentils, according to my rough estimation. And the truth of the matter is, I've heard this way too many times. Why do you need guns? Why do we need ammunition? Gun violence is out of control. Did you know that the United States is the only country that even has a crime called gun violence? We're the only country that calls some kind of violence gun violence. You know what? Guns aren't violent. I'll tell you what's violent. People are violent. I've met people who had damn near succeeded in killing me with their bare hands. But you know what? They didn't. And you know what? I'll tell you right now. I've met people who were on the lam and were willing to do anything to protect from themselves from being caught. You don't even want to know what my day job is. You don't even want to know how much money I can make if I charge for what I do. And you know what? I'm 1099. I can write expenses off quite easily. check this out. I've got a vision appointment in less than a week. $100. I can write $80 of that off in 2020 taxes. And you know what? When the pandemic bull crap is over and you go to return your toilet paper, what are you going to say? Oh, I'm done shitting my pants. Is what you can say. Because it's the dang truth. Just keeping it real, people. Just keeping it real. I rarely ever meet a YouTuber who keeps things as real as I do. I keep things over the top with realism. How over the top with the reality stuff am I? And I don't mean scripted crap. I mean, how real am I? I wouldn't be here right now talking to you like this, working on condensing things down. I've just realized that I've got two containers of the same product. I need to condense it down to one container to make the storage and stuff easier. Anyways, this is what it's about. Check your supplies. Keep updated on your supplies. You can be one of the best inventory people outside of the house and one of the worst inventory people inside the house. You could be one of the most clean, efficient guys at work and live in the dirtiest house. You would never believe how many people I have seen that live in houses that are horrendous, but they show up to work. They smell clean. They smell good. And that's the beauty of dry goods. You can just blow them out with your breath. Oh, so many people feel bad for me about living alone, like my grandparents, and so on and so forth. Catholics hate the idea of being alone. You know what? I posted something really ballsy on Facebook today. And you know what? I checked it today. It hasn't been taken down yet. But you know what? I'm exercising my right. My right to speak about religion from experience. You want to know what my experience with Catholicism is? I'm not with them anymore. It was that bad. I'm not in the Catholic religion anymore. It was that bad. I have never been in worse situations than in a Catholic church. I can tell you right now, my Catholic friends, well, my former friends that want nothing to do with me, my former family that wants nothing to do with me because I switched over to the Church of Latter-day Saints. Let me tell you something right now. I'll tell you something. I would not be getting baptized in about 2 weeks if I didn't feel it were the right decision. I'm the kind of guy, a doctor tried to prescribe meds to me and I punched him out. And he thanked me for it later because he realized it wasn't going to do anything to help me. Because you know what? I took the prescription, I ripped it up in front of him, and I walked out and got what I needed anyway. Because he realized I wasn't going to take another freaking bubblegum tape job, patch job from him. I stood my ground with him. I knew what I really needed to have happen to keep it from happening again. It was a case of severely ingrowing toe that was chronic. Okay, and when I say a chronic ingrown toenail, I don't mean something where it happened 3 or 4 times in my life. It happened 12 times in a 10-year span. 12 in a 10-year span. That level of ingrown. Infection every time. But you know what? He thanks me for it. Here's why he thanks me for it. He did not realize he was stuck in execute mode until I stood my ground with him. Once I stood my ground with him and said, wake up, it's a chronic issue. You want to know how fast he owned up to his mistake and made it right? The next day, I had the surgeon who could remove the toenail permanently calling me saying, get your ass in here. I've got an opening most of the afternoon. Get in here as soon as you can. I went from a college campus to that doctor's office in under 3 hours. And mind you, I was riding the bus system. I had no idea how to get there. I figured it out in 3 hours. And here's why. Oh, by the way, I went crazy when those 3 entire injections, that doc loaded those freaking, he loaded the darn, he went through an entire vial of Novocaine before I said, you touch me one more time with that needle, I will press charges of assault. Either that or I'll knock you on your ass. You got your pick. Physical violence, because that ain't doing shit to me right now. Just get it done. And he did. My biggest issue with going to the big city for medical things is nothing gets solved. And things that do get solved, you have to go through an excessive amount of pain to get solved. Okay, when you think about this, I had an abscessed toe that went from light pink, little tender, when I went to bed at I think it was 9 o'clock. I sat up at 2 a.m. moaning and groaning in pain. I looked at my toe. It was deep red. From about 9 p.m. and it woke me up at 2 a.m. I was in that immense of pain. I went to college. You know what? I sat there with my neighbor on one of my breaks. I had about an hour. I had 3 classes, 2 on campus, 1 online. Where I had an 8:20 class, an 11:20 class, each an hour, each a 5-credit class, 5 days a week. Okay? On that break, I said, I have got to go to the doctor about this. I cannot bear it any longer. Now, at 2 p.m., I was in a doctor's office on my way home. In fact, it was my doctor's office. I said, Doc, this is bad. I've never been in this kind of pain in my life. This takes the pain I had when my genitals became infected after they got fixed and then re-damaged by an abuser. He goes, say what? I went, Doc, as I'm pulling my boot off, you have got to take a look at this. He looks down. I was surprised that he had not lanced it before I walked out. That would have really alleviated a lot of pain. By the way, the doc, the surgeon who removed that toenail, he got squirted in the face with the pus. He forgot to put on his face shield. And when I told him, Doc, I've got good news for you. I've got no infectious diseases. With what I do, I can't have infectious diseases. Doc looks at me and goes, thank goodness. I am so relieved. I said, but maybe next time you'll remember to wear your face shield. How tough am I? I watched the whole thing as he cut it off. He cut that whole toenail off, pulled it off the rest of the way off with its roots still intact right out of my toe. Then 4 doses, 4 applications with about 45 to 60 seconds between each one. How do I know? I was watching the clock, waiting for the next one. You know what? Each time that huge amount of additional pain came, I didn't pass out, I didn't grimace, I just took a deep breath in, arched my back, and did it just like they taught you hit me in wrestling. That really works for keeping someone conscious, by the way. And you know what? Bunch of you people out there, oh, I can't take pain at all. And this is you folks. Quite literally. Put your hand under 120 degree water. Oh my God, that is way too hot. You live in a house, bitching and moaning about it being 70 degrees in your house and in the middle of the summer and when it's triple degrees out. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my apartment that is triple degrees. Pansies. Yeah, I'm calling you people out. Tired of hearing it. I hear it all over the internet. I hear it in person. Tired of hearing it. Shut up. Some people have it worse than you do. But guess what? This year, I've got air conditioning. I don't care what management says. Yeah, it's a window air conditioner, but it's not going out the window. I'm just putting it up against the screen and letting it vent out the screen. I'm that fed up with being hot, sweaty, and tired at the end of each day. Now keep your lips in a vice and restrain yourself of lashing out about the truth about yourself. For the record, spending $9 to your 16. At the end of the day, the only beverage I drink is water. Want to know how much I've saved by only drinking water? I've saved more money than you could shake a stick at by just drinking water. By the way, I got one thing I'm going to show you folks. I know a pansy when it comes to security. I'm no idiot. Those are not the stock screws that came with this. And I'm not telling you how deep they go. You don't need to know. All you need to know is, you think you're going to get into my place and steal my stuff? If I'm on lockdown, ain't nobody getting in or out unless they know me personally. And I've invited them over. Hey, I may not be baking in my oven, but you know what? My toaster oven works just fine. By the way, I know how to maintain my own place. I know how to clean my own place. Guess what? Management here rarely ever gets a call for me to have something fixed. If it is, they know that it's dire urgent and they get up here and fix it yesterday. Even on a weekend. Yeah, I've actually called maintenance on a weekend and asked for assistance with something. Now, granted, I need to have them replace that light fixture there because it's totally screwed. It's faulty. Shouldn't have to yank on it so hard that after about 5 months of living here, the dang string broke. Oh well, I make do. I got tools. You know what? I sleep with one eye open.